So in our last get together, we were trying to learn from the hymn on page 99, hymn number 17. And the message was that moment, that time and space intersection, which we spend in the company of those who are on the path, that's a very blessed and rewarding one. So when you do come into such a situation, which is dhan ko vela jisme satgur milya. Now if I have been blessed with such a moment, how should I use it? Next hymn tries to answer that question. It says, Sagal Santan pe vas ek Maango. Also on page 99, for those of you who have the book in front of you. Maajh Mehla5. Sagal Santan pe vas ek Maango, karo benati maan tyago, var var jai lakbariya de Santan ki dura jiyo. It's a very, very interesting paradigm, and it needs to be understood very clearly. And that is, everything and anything that you need in your life on this planet, you will be provided, you have been provided, you will continue to be provided. Whether you ask for it or not is totally irrelevant to that subject. Everything, no exception to the rule. However, there is one deviation, not an exception, it is a rule that the desire or the urge pulls towards something mystical, and to get to the mystical dimension, you are going to have to do that on your own. You have to ask for it. Everything else, whether it is physical, emotional, or intellectual, that will be provided to you without your asking for it, depending upon your capability. And that's an automatic process. However, the path to Him, process to get there, are company of those who are on that path. You will have to ask for it. You will have to look for it. You will have to search for it. It's not going to automatically happen. That's the only thing it does not give you. You have to cry for it. So, if that is the rule of the law of the creative power, who says, don't ask for the bread, I have already provided as much as you need, it will keep on coming to you. Well, I don't have the bread. Well, today you don't have the bread because I don't think you need it. You think you need it, but I don't think you need it. Hence, I'm not going to give it. But tomorrow it will come. The bread will come when I know you need it. It's as simple as that. There is a set of books under the title called Conversations with God by an author called Mehla5. He makes a very interesting point. He says God is doing whatever you are asking him to do. And somebody says, no, he's not doing it. I want money. Yeah, exactly. He's making sure that you want money. Anything that's followed by the I will be done. Yeah, I don't get it. He said, look, you said you want money. If you already have it, then you won't be wanting it. So he tightens the supply a little bit and say, okay, now you can keep on wanting money. I am fulfilling your desire. I is the co-creator. I was amused by that observation because whether I want or not want, money is going to come only when and where he has already ordained for me, already given it to me, already allocated for me. Asan loe loe pandhal jo kuch paya so ekavar. Once for all, he has done it. And he is not reviewing that process every time somebody yells on screen. There is no second review of the process. But a review of the process in terms of I want your name, I want to worship, I want to go into meditation, I want to go into spiritualism, mysticism, higher states of consciousness. When I want that, that will be reviewed every time. And what is that review? Are you just saying it for the sake of saying it, or do you really want it? If you really want it, thou shalt be it. That is something he doesn't hold back, but he does not give it away freely to everybody. So since that's the only thing that we have to ask for, then Gurbani says that decides it. Every prayer that we do, that prayer should only be to ask for that one thing. That's it. No other prayer, oh God, give me health, give me wealth, give me this, give me this name and fame, and they're all useless. Don't say it, because that is going to come depending upon the destiny or its chosen. That's going to come to you as and when you get to it. I left India in 1971. Even my forefathers would not have been able to predict it that in 2010 I'll be sitting here and discussing Gurbani, because I did not know what Gurbani was. I had no clue. Like everybody else, I was a happy-go-lucky guy going around at Dikar. I would rather sing my qawwalis and tumris and ghazals and songs than go and look at a hymn. But as the time comes, whatever he has in store for you, he creates that set of circumstances and he puts you on the path and you have to follow. And he said that's what this line is saying. He says, Sagal Santan pe vas ek Maango. That's it. I just want one. Wherever I am put in touch with some blessed soul who knows anything about the spirituality, about the mysticism, about the house of God, I only ask for one thing. And what is that? Put me on the path. That's the only demand. That's the only request. It doesn't matter what type of people you run into. Year back I went to India and I had heard about a very, very famous upcoming news thing from Sikhism, and he has set up his ashram and his thing is growing up like crazy. People from all over the world. So I went to meet him. Sat face to face with him and he said, I mean, the name of America does carry some weight even there. Somebody from America has come to see you and said, okay, bring him. So they put me in front of him. So he says, what can I do for you? And I said, I thought you were going to tell me what you are going to do for me. How can I tell you? Now, do you have any questions that you want clarification? I said, I have no questions. But how can I help you? I said, okay, I won't waste your time. I will simply say, where I'm standing around, push me further. And he again looked at me and said, where are you standing? I said, you don't even know that much. I thought you already knew. By looking at me, you can know where I was standing. If you don't even know that much, then I think I am wasting my time. Now I'm wasting your time. I said that and I got up and went out. Now the interesting thing happened there, the people who had gone with me, they were also surprised that what's going on, what kind of dialogue is this? There's no head and tail. But that guy knew what was going on, at least. And as I said, okay, then I guess I'm wasting your time, I better leave you alone. I got up. As soon as I got up, he got up. As soon as he got up, the entire congregation got up. And he started bowing to me and I held his hand and thinking to myself, that's not the name of the game. Who bows to whom? If you have something, then share it. If you don't have, don't make a game out of it. Don't make it a full-fledged business. I mean, he has convinced so much that the amount of land that has been donated to his organization and the money and the construction from all over the world, it's mind-boggling how quickly he has built. Now, why has he been able to do that? Because the people who come to him do not ask him, put me on the path. They come to ask him something of this world rather than of that world. And of this world, something will happen, some will not happen. Somebody will get a credit, somebody will get a discredit. It doesn't matter one way or the other. The point I'm trying to make is, Gurbani is extremely straightforward in this. It says, Sagal Santan pe. Sagal literally means everyone. regardless of who you are meeting, if you think that person has something, some spark of spirituality, of mysticism, then ask only one thing. Don't immediately fall for the short message. Oh, I have a arthritis in my right knee, it's bothering me too much and the doctors are not going to do this and I'm afraid of surgery. Can you help me with this? You just sold yourself short, you sold the person short. Arthritis and knee pain is hospital's work, doctor's work, not a mystic's work. A mystic's work is my soul is in pain, in trouble, in trauma. I have me to bring me the peace. Even I can't sleep, that's a big deal. Go get a sleeping pill. No, I have a lot of tension. Well, tension, then do meditation. Do not waste the opportunity. If you run into somebody who has a spark of spirituality, how would you know it? I just gave you my personal example. I did not argue with the guy. I did not cross-examine him. He did not cross-examine me. All I said, can you push me from where I am stuck right now? And he said, where are you stuck? And I said, thank you very much. If you don't know that much, then you have nothing to give me. Those who start talking to you and first want to find out, that is the biggest name of the game in the world of astrology and palmistry. That's how they withdraw the information from you. Before even you ask a question, they have already known why you are here, what you are going to be asking, and they have packaged cookie cutter programs running, and they'll give you the cookie cutter answers. Sagal Santan pe vas ek Maango. Wherever you are, whosoever you are meeting, if you are also desirous of walking on the path, if you are also there for entertainment, well, okay, I have nothing else to do. I might as well pass a couple of hours with this, going in that tangent, then going in that tangent, then going in. Then it's okay. Then you are both belong to the same category of people. It's mind-boggling how we take things and meditation, bhakti. Just give you the example how when you are off track, how these things can happen. I have a very dear friend. He's of the opinion that the more you meditate, the more spiritual powers you get. Okay, that's what you want, and that's what you believe. Okay. I don't believe it. He says, no, you don't do enough, that's why. I said, that may be true too. Then recently it happened that he went to somebody who also is of the same nature, but he also believes in the powers. And now they are protecting each other from each other so that the one cannot take his power away from him. See the tragedy of the whole thing? What did Guru Bani say? Jal nahi dobe, taskar nahi leve, paaye na saake jale, Guru ka shabd base diye naale. Hai na? And they are worried about each other. That if I go to him, he's going to take my powers away from me. And I asked him, I said, haven't you just taken this and turned into a thing that can be stolen? Doing the bhakti, doing the simran, doing the naam jap, you have turned it into something, a thing that someone else who is smarter than you can take it away from you. And Gurbani says, this is one thing, if you collect that within you, nobody can touch it. Chal nahi doge. Water is not going to drown it. Taskar nahi leve. Thief is not going to steal it. Fire is not going to burn it. It is that type of wealth. So stay focused on what type of wealth you are collecting. If you are interested in that wealth, then wherever you go, whosoever you meet, you say what? Sagal Santan Vasat ek Maango, karo bananti maan tyago. Karo benanti. There was only one prayer. Benanti literally means prayer. Sikhism does not condone any other type of prayer. Sikhism asks you directly. You say, who are you going to pray to? To God? Yes, okay, fine. Does your God not already know? Whatever you're going to say, does he not already know before saying it? Because if he doesn't, how you can say he is all-knowing? What is a prayer? For the entire mankind, prayer has been defined to talk to God directly and tell him, don't do that. I don't like it. But do this. I like that very much. Is it? Do we say anything else? Either do something that we want you to do, or don't do something that we don't want you to do. Other than that, what's the prayer? What do you pray for? What is the language? What words you use? Sikhism says absolutely not. Bin bolyan sab kuch janda. He already knows it. Why? Because he is antarjami kurk bikhate. He is sitting inside you. So before the words come out of your mouth, he has already heard it. Now the words are coming out of the mouth only for the people to hear. As far as he is concerned, he heard it before he was saying it. So then what should you be saying? He has heard it. You should say, again, Sagal Santan Vasat ek Maango. That one you should ask for. What will he do? He will validate it. He will check it out. He will find whether your words mean really what you are saying, or that was just a drama. If it's a drama, he is going to ignore it. If it's a real, he is going to act on it. Karo benanti maan tyago. But when you go to him, since he is the greatest of all, then you are going to be little humble. Your ego needs to be little at the zero level. Var var jai lakhwariya de santan ki pura jiyo. And if there is such a thing, there is such a soul who is capable of that, who is willing, and let me tell you another sign. If there is someone who has something, they also are not holding on it to like a possession. Two things I learned as a child, and that were very disappointing. A musician, good musicians in those days, I mean the pre-partition India, Pakistan, even after that, you go to a good music teacher and ask him to teach you something, they will say, okay, that's fine, come every day, and you will become their little gophers, that's it. Go do that, go do that, go do that. They seldom sit you down and give you what the reality is. Two professions were such. Musicians and the Unani doctors or homeopathic doctors. Allopathic doctors, you never went there for that purpose. Allopathy, you went to the college. But homeopathy, Unani, you went to the teachers to learn about the medicine and then learn about the body from them. They will seldom teach you. They would rather die with the entire knowledge with them than passing on to somebody else. That's not the case with spirituality. If there is a true saint who has something in him, he will not be carrying it as a possession to hide from you. If you are worthy of that, he will give it to you. If he has not given to you, that means you are not true to him. That's the only reason. Otherwise, no. You can't be playing games with the master. Bulle Shah learned the hard way. A Sufi fakir. Anayat Khan was his master. He's sitting one day in the garden and he's hungry. And he doesn't want to get up or go pick the flowers because that would be stealing. So he thinks now, how should I do this? He looks at the flower, the fruit, and the fruit falls from the branch on the ground. So he goes there, picks up that fruit, wash it, and eat it. That evening he goes back to his hut. The master says, Bole, that's not the right thing to do. And he says, to do what? Stealing. I didn't steal. And now you are being smart with the master. Be careful. So, no, master, I didn't steal. The fruit was already on the ground. And I kicked him out of the hut. I said, now you are outsmarting the teacher. There's no more room left for you here. Bulle Shah cried for 3 years non-stop in front of his door, and Ayat Khan would not forgive him. I'm giving you this example of the people who have achieved something, and then they think they can outsmart others, even their own master. All he needed to do was, I'm sorry, master. I shouldn't have done it. But he stayed stuck to his guns and said, no, that's not stealing. But he's using his mystical powers, which is the wrong thing to do at the wrong time. So if you are not outsmarting the master and he has something to give it to you, he will not hold it back. That's the law of the universe. In spirituality, you cannot hold back. You have to give it just the way it is given to you, without adding anything, without subtracting anything. If you are doing that, then you are a thief. then the master becomes a thief. If the student is clear-hearted and has come for it and is receiving it clearly with a clear heart, then master has to also be of the clear heart and give exactly what the student is asking for. And that's what is being said here. वार वार जाओ लखवरिया ते संतन की दूरा जियो. Then you get that blessing from that master and you will be on your way. Very first few steps are difficult. Once you start walking, it's just like a child. The child is learning to walk. He's crawling, he's trying to get up, he falls down again, he gets up, he falls down again. Once he starts running, then there is no holding him back. And you will find the same thing with yourself. तुम दाते तुम पुरख बिताते तुम समरथ सदा सुख दाते सबको तुम ही दे बरसावे अवसर करो हमारा पूरा जियो. He is the real giver. Data literally means the one who can give in charity. So now the question is, what is the charity? When something comes from him, is there a tag associated with it, assigned with it? That we want it to be declared to somebody, announced to somebody. There is no condition attached with it. There is no value attached with it. There is no time and space attached with it. It just comes. And it comes to every single one of us. Tu vadadata, tu vadadana, aur nahi koi dooja. There is nobody like him. Nobody knows how to really give in charity like that. Because every day, including this body, including everything has been given by him as daan, as charity. We don't learn from it even in 1%. And since he is the charity for everyone and asks nothing in return, does not even remind anybody that you have received this. That's why Gurbani says, Tum date, tum purkh bitate. You are the only one who is giving in true charity. Tu samrat sada sukh date. And to be honest, tu samrat. You are the only one who have all the potentials of being able to give to everybody. Samratha, capability, capacity. If we look at ourselves, I may be able to help one or two or three. That's basically it. But I'm certainly not going to be able to help one and the billions around the planet. Same is true with the cities, the government. They may be able to help up to here, but not beyond that. Everyone has their limits, whereas he has no limit. That's why I called Tu Samrat Sada Sukh Date. सबको तुम ही तेवर सावे अवसर करो हमारा पूरा you. Everyone is being fulfilled by you, completed by you, except one thing. What is that? Avsar. The chance to cut the bondage of life and death. Avsar. Avsar literally means the opportunity. What is the opportunity for us in this body form? one opportunity which others don't have. That is to cut the cycle of life and death. So what he is asking, he started by saying, Sagal Santan ki was ek Maango. Started asking for one thing. What is that one thing? Karo, avsar karo hamara pura jiyo. That chance of being able to get out of the cycle of life and death once for all. Please help us to cut out that bondage once for all. दर्शन तेरे भवन पुनीता आत्म उद्गढ़ विखम तना ही जीता तुम दाते तुम पुरख बताते तुम जेवड़ अवरना सूरा जियो दर्शन तेरे भवन पुनीता if you are able to see, if you are able to experience that energy within yourself, it is that will glorify the entire mind-body system. If, how? Darshan tere. If I can see you, if I can experience you, then what will happen? Bhavana Punita. Bhavan literally means house. Punita literally means holy, blessed. Atmagad Bikham Tinahi Jita. Those are the ones who have then won that game. Their opportunity has been blessed. Tum date tum purk bidade to the jevad avarna sura koi sura jiyo. You are the one who can do this type of miracle, this type of magic. Nobody else is able to do this. So the jevad avarna sura jiyo. There is no other as powerful as you are in those dimensions. रेन संतन की मेरे मुख लागी. This is how we get to the other dimension now. In the last line, the hymn sums up. I have the desire. Desire brought me to the person who has that capability. And from that person I ask for only one thing. Sagal Santan was ek Maango. When I asked for one thing, he had it, he gave it to me. Once he gave it to me, I used it. Once I use it, what is happening to me? Rain Santan ki mere mukh lagi. Rain literally stands for dust. Now, that is coming out of humility. That Charnadhood, the dust from the feet is holy, but don't take it literally. Because that's not what really it means, even though the words are literally expressing that sentiment. In the Indian continent, these things have been used and abused quite freely. Rain Santan ki moment somebody says it, immediately say, see, here is a sun, here is his feet, here is his shoes, touch the shoes and take and I have seen people literally do it. I mean, it literally happened to me. I was on my way back from Delhi, and the flight was early in the morning at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I thought, okay, I'll go via Gurdwara, Bangla Sahib, and spend some time there and then head out to the airport. And I noticed that they had newspapers spread like this, and They had shoes and they soft cotton. They are brushing off and they are collecting that dust. And then someone right here is making small pellets out of them. Puriya banaya. And they are literally saying, Santan di tood lande jao. Not that guru. That is not guru. That's not the guru that's mentioned here either. That's not the rain. Because if you notice here, rain santan ki mere mukh lagi. This is the dhool that is mukh lagi, to the mouth. That one, you will touch your forehead. You're not going to eat it. Right? So mukh nalawali tood kari it. That's the one. That's a naam jap. That's the dhool he's talking about. The energy of the jap was given to for my mouth. That's what it means, rain santan ki mere mukh lagi. मेरे मथे लागे जो नहीं लगे मुख लागे talking about the mouth, the lips, and the lips are not to be drenched with the dust. Lips are with the drenched with the name, the word, the medication, the jap. But we take these things and the Christian turns on now. किसी ना किसी से चार पैसे बन गई. Right? Somebody's purpose is getting fulfilled by taking these words and turning them upside down. Well, they might tell me that I am turning it upside down. Right? They can say that too. Because I have literally seen people telling, there are hundreds of thousands of people ask me how many are following you. That becomes a test. And Gurbani says, literally, जय पासे पंडित गए पासे गई वही वजीरा सिखाओ गट गाती राम की तैं चल रहे हो कबीर. Kabir says, the road followed by these preachers, millions are following them. Road followed by me, I'm looking at you, I'm the only one. एक आओ गजल गाती राम की तैं चढ़ रहे हो कबीर. जय पासे पंडित गए पासे गई वही वजीर literally means crowd. To the direction in which these pandits are going, these preachers are going, these are going, the whole crowd is following them. And when I look back, I am the only one left. Why? Because they will make it easy for you. The dust from feet to take it and touch to the forehead is a much easier thing to do than to sit for 5 minutes here and say, why Guru, why? That dust to put with your lips is far more complicated, even for 5 minutes, and the other one is very easy. रेन संतन की मेरे मुख लागी दुर्मत बिनसी कुबुद अभागी. So now the negative energy, the durmat, mat, so mat, durmat, yeah, kumat. Three levels. Similarly, putra, kaputra, kaputra. Putra literally means son. A son who takes whatever the parents have given and pass on the same way to the next generation is called putra. The son which takes whatever the parents have given and destroy it before giving anything left to the next generation is called a kaputra. Son who adds something from him before passing on to the next generation is called a saputra. Mostly the ratio is 80, 10 and 5. The other 5 fall somewhere in between. 80 are putra, about 10 are kaputra. About 5 putra. Very, very few. It's mind-boggling. Now, that's why they say every third generation picks up the ball again. There's always at least 2 generation gap. Anyway, let's find out where we fit in. रैन संतन की मेरे मुख लागी दुर्मत बेनसी कबुद अभागी. Durmat, mat and sumat. Durmat is the negative way of thinking, sumat is the neutral way of thinking, sumat would be the positive way of thinking. So the positive way of thinking is to be maintained. सच घर बैठ रहे गुर गाए नानक दिन से पूरा जियो. So, such ghar bash rahe. Ghar literally means the body system. Whatever technique was given to me, and I took it inside my mind-body system. I put it into practice, and with that practice, I got out of the negative energies and its bondage. So, that is the hymn number 18 on page 99. We have about 10 minutes, so we will keep it open for any general discussion. So the question basically is, what is the clear definition of Guru? In Sikhism, physical body cannot be attributed to anything. Guru or Sadguru or God or anything. The concept of a teacher, a master versus a disciple exists in Sikhism. Sikh, Gur Sikh. That concept exists. But there, when it is said Gur, there the Gur is the Shabad. Now, to manifest the Shabad, you're going to need the medical. Because the language cannot personify itself without the instruments, the mouth, the lips, the tongue. Because that apparatus is required, gives rise to the confusion that as if Guru is a physical body. Guru is not a physical body. Guru has cleansed the system to such a level that the world from the beyond can sit and use the apparatus. Because he has cleansed the body of all the melodies, that's why Gurbani defines Gur Jahaj, Khewad Gur, Gur bin Taraya na koi. Now, Gur Jahaj, Jahaj literally means the ship, right? A boat. Okay. Now, if we look at the boat has the capacity and the capability to touch this side of the river as well as the other side of the river. Right? Similarly, Guru has the capability to touch this dimension, which is the Maatlo, Mrityulo, and that dimension, which is Satkhand. So he is now the middle. Or, if we take a look at this staircase, if the bottom rung is touching the ground, the top rung is touching the ceiling. Right? The staircase will be completely useless if it starts somewhere here and ends somewhere here. If it doesn't touch either one of them, it will be useless. So when you are looking at the Guru from the ground dimension, he looks like you. And we get confused. This is the body. But when he opens his mouth, the words that are coming from the beyond. He's touching you all the way to the height. That convinces us that it is that word. In order that word to personify, we needed this body. So Guru is not a physical body in Sikhism. Sikhism says the word is the Guru because you are not going to change your life because of me. You might change because of what I am saying, right? The words that are coming out of my mouth might have an impact on you. I, as such, have no influence on you. So who is changing you? Me? No. The words are changing. It was that concept Guru Gobind Singh wanted to pass on to the entire mankind. Human can never be a Guru. Human is a means to deliver the word. That's why Pavana, Guru, Pani, Pita. Word comes on the Pavan. Right? In order to transmit the sound, you need the air. Right? That's scientific fact. So the word is coming over the pavan. So that's why pavan is Guru. So these terms, Guru is defined by the entity which has now the capability to touch the ground and touch the Sachkhand, and then look at the Sachkhand and bring that message and be able to put it into such words that can be communicated. That's what this Gurbani is. Okay? And the message is given. No, I think it is the translators who caused that confusion. Jesus never said it himself. He never claimed it. But the translators, just like everybody else, we have the same confusion in Sikhism that now we have 10 gurus and the gurdwaras are divided by gurus and on and on and on. If you go to Amritsar, it is Guru Ramdas is Nate, it is Sutre Pav Kumar Dev, it is Santan. I always thought so. True. Communication, yes. The means of communication can be different. The thought to thought could have been also communicated. But the humans are so frozen in time and space that even in a dream, if some message comes, we don't take it seriously. It's only when somebody sits face to face and discuss, only then we get it. There are other means of communication. As a matter of fact, the reality is that the moment we drop this planet and move on, this means of communication will be done. It will not be used anymore. This means of communication is only for the people like it here. The moment the entity passes on, the means of communication changes. Pure thought. No, I said that it will be given to you when he thinks it should be given to you. There is a reason for them not to be fed. He knows it, I may not know it. He knows it, why they are going hungry. And they will be answered. When they move on to the other dimension, they'll get the answer to that question, why they were hungry. We know as a matter of fact that all of it is a human creation. Other than male-female decision, whether you are born in a female body or a male body, all is decided by the society, time and space. God did not will. As a matter of fact, there was a beautiful song we used to sing. तो हिंदू बनेगा ना मुसलमान बनेगा, इंसान की औलाद है इंसान बनेगा. You are neither going to be Hindu nor a Muslim. You are a human being, and hence you are going to be a human.